Okay, yesterday we were discussing about the bioenergy. Am I right? Bioenergy. Biogas energy or bioenergy we were talking about in the yesterday's lecture. Okay, biogas energy from organic solid waste. What is the biogas energy? Biogas is produced by the fermentation of stackable manure from animal husbandry and other organic waste, which is converted into electricity and heat during the combustion process in a combined heat and power plant. I have explained to you how the biogas plant is working. Okay, so with the help of figure. So this figure we have discussed yesterday. This is a inlet chamber. This is the inlet chamber. This is the outlet chamber. Here you can add biomass and water with 1:1 ratio. Is it? And the mixed one will enter into this chamber, and here the reactions or the decomposition with the help of various type of microorganisms, that is first hydrolysis process, then acidogenesis, then acetogenesis, then next one is the last one is the methanogenesis. These four stages are being performed in this main digester, and then the digested material will go out through the outlet chamber. And inlet and outlet, how is working? It is working on the mass balance equation. So during the decomposition of this organic material with the help of microorganisms, in absence of oxygen, that is at anaerobic condition, the gas is releasing, and that gas is known as the biogas. Usually the biogas is a composition of methane, okay, plus carbon dioxide and H2S gas and some quantity of water vapors. Okay, so this gas can be utilized as a fuel for regular kitchen, or we can convert it into heat energy. Okay, so this is about the biogas we have discussed yesterday. Okay, now I asked you to draw the figure. Am I right? Now this sludge can be used as a manure. So this is also one of the effective way for the disposal of solid waste, but it should be biodegradable solid waste. Okay, then I asked you to draw this figure. I hope everybody might have drawn. Okay, simple sketch I have provided to draw. Okay, now we'll turn towards the next point, that biogas is produced through the processing of various types of organic waste. Is it? Various types of organic waste. And the digestion carried out by these microorganisms creates the methane, which can be used. It is for the as a natural gas, for the as a fuel. Okay, or we can use we can transport from for the longer distance, but usually the second option is quite difficult, whereas we prefer to go for the inside use of the biogas. Wherever it is producing, there itself we are trying to use it. Okay, next we have discussed about the biogas is produced when the biogas is anaerobically degraded by the microorganisms. Means it is performing four main stages. First one hydrolysis, third one acidogenesis, acetogenesis, and methanogenesis. In first stage, that is hydrolysis, there is a conversion of complex organic compounds into simple form of simple organic compounds, or the soluble type of organic compounds. Then in acidogenesis, this process is also known as the fermentation, and it is the second stage in a four-stage anaerobic digestion process. Okay, and in this stage, the hydrolyzed products produced in the hydrolysis stage are being further converted into as converted into organic acids by using the acid forming bacteria. Okay, so this is about the acidogenesis. Then the third stage in the anaerobic digestion is the acetogenesis. Here the simple molecules created through the acidogenesis process are further digested by the acetogens and produce the large acetic acid as well as carbon dioxide and hydrogen also. Okay, then the last stage, in the last stage, whatever the intermediate products has been converted by the various bacteria till now are going to be converted into a methane gas, and the bacteria which are working for this process are the methanogens. This stage is very sensitive stage. It is temperature sensitive. It is pH sensitive type of stage. Okay. So effectively the working temperature is the thermophilic temperature. What is the thermophilic temperature? The temperature is in the range of 35 degrees Celsius to 55 degrees Celsius. That temperature is known as the thermophilic temperature. Are you getting? So this part we have covered. Now we are moving towards various types of biogas plants. In the types of biogas plant, there are the various types: fixed dome biogas plant, floating drum plant, then low cost polyethylene tube digester, then balloon plants, then horizontal plants, then earth pit plants, ferrocement plants, batch plants. These are the different types of digesters we can use to perform the biogas process. Fixed dome in the sense when this dome is fixed one, it is attached one. There will not be allowed to have the any kinds of movements. So usually it is constructed in a RCC. So that is known as the fixed dome. But this type of dome is known as the floating dome. Second one type is the floating drum plant. That is this. Means as pressure in the digester in this area, if pressure increases, this will go up. Is it? Are you able to understand? If the pressure of gas is increasing here, this digester will go up, and as there is no pressure, this will goes down. Is it? Suppose you have added feed and the decomposition performs, huge amount of gas is produced. As gas pressure is increasing, it will raise up, and as you on this cock and releasing the biogas from this chamber, its pressure will goes down and it will goes down, settle down. Okay, so this is the function of floating type of biogas digester. Okay, what is the next type of biogas digester? The next type of biogas digester is low cost polyethylene tube digester. So simply polyethylene bags you can use as a digester and make inlet arrangement, outlet arrangement, and with the same principle it will work. It is the low cost polyethylene tube digester. Simply within 2-3,000 within a 2-3,000 rupees it can be worked. Okay, then the balloon plants. So the way you are taking the polyethylene tube material, here you can take the balloon material and you can keep on working. That is the balloon plants biogas digester. Then horizontal plants. Many of the times the digesters are shown in the figure are the vertical form. Okay, it can be constructed horizontally, and at that time we can say it is a horizontal type of digester. Then earth pit plants. Okay, you can excavate the earth and make arrangement to have the leak proofs from the inner side, and that will be identified as a earth pit plants. Then ferrocement plants. You as a civil engineer can understand the meaning of ferrocement plant. You can use the ferrocement for the construction purpose, which will give the better strength, and then that type of plant can be identified as a ferrocement plant. The last one is the batch plant. Batch plant in the sense here we saw that inlet and outlet arrangements are made, and it is working on the mass balance equation. Means if you are adding here 1000 kg, it will releasing the 1000 kg outside. Okay, this will be the mass balance equation, or we can say it is a continuous type of biogas digester. But when here is the added, there is no inlet outlet, that type of arrangement. Simply you can take a container, fill the digester, allow to decompose for 3, 4, 5, 20 days, whatever design period you have provided. Then once it is getting digested, then remove entire material, and then next cycle you can start. That is known as the batch type of digester. Are you getting the difference between the batch type of digester and continuous type of digester? This is the figure of continuous type of digester, where addition and relieving of the material is in a continuous stage. Whereas in a batch type of digester, simply I can give an example of glass. A glass of water you can fill, then drink complete water, and again you can go to fill and give it to someone else. That is batch type, fill and draw. Okay, but are you doing the same method for the syntax overhead tank provided to your house? No. What you did, inlet pipe is connected, outlet pipe is connected, the level of inlet and outlet pipes are managed accordingly, and it is working inlet and outlet continuously. So that is the continuous process, and fill and draw type is the batch type of process. So that type of digester is known as the batch type of digester or batch type of biogas plant. I hope you understood. If you have any problem, you can ask me. I will wait for 2 minutes and then we'll move forward. No question? Shall we move forward? Okay. Okay, what are the different advantages of biogas plant? Okay. First advantage is it is a eco-friendly. I'm going to explain each and every one in detail further. Okay. Second one is the biogas generation reduces the soil and water pollution. Definitely. Then biogas generation produces organic fertilizer. It's a simple and low cost technology. This encourages a circular economy. Control. Okay. And a healthy cooking alternative for the developing areas. Is it? So we are going to discuss in detail ahead. So each one. So please write down about this slide. Advantages, various advantages of biogas plant. Please write down. Done, guys? Over. Okay. Let us see how we can say it is a biogas. Biogas is a eco-friendly. Biogas is a renewable as well as a clean energy source. Because gas generated through the biodigestion is non-polluting type. It actually reduces the greenhouse gases. What are the greenhouse gases? Different greenhouse gases. Is there anybody who will tell me what are the different greenhouse gases? Please tell me. What are the different greenhouse gases? Let me know, please. Different greenhouse gases. Someone, please. May I take the names? Or still I will waste the times. Do you know the concept of greenhouse gas? If not, I will explain. Let me know. Do you know the concept of greenhouse gas? Greenhouse effect. CO2, methane, etc. Yes, someone had given answer. PA56. Do you know the greenhouse effect concept? No. ते DSY चे स्टुडंट्स आले, एक सेकंद मी जरा हे करते. Let me know what is the greenhouse effect. TA59 had given some answers, that is CO2, methane are the greenhouse gases, global warming and deflection of ozone layer. These are all these terms are actually all these phenomena are different but interrelating with each other. Okay, I don't know why you people are not talking and not telling me whether you know or not knowing. That only I am asking. You just want to say yes or no. Accordingly, I can take the steps. Nobody is talking. Dhamma, guys. Speak out, speak out. Nobody want to talk? Then I will proceed instead of wasting time. Greenhouse gases, methane, carbon dioxide, CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, oxides of nitrogen, and water vapors. These are the 5 greenhouse gases. Okay. Now, in these greenhouse gases, what happens actually? These greenhouse gases are emitting from the various sources and remaining into the atmosphere at a certain height. Okay, and their life is very longer, thousands of years they can survive in the atmosphere itself. And when they are surviving, what happens when sun is traveling their energy towards the earth surface? It is in the infrared form, and that's why it is this energy, these radiations are easily uh, passing through the penetrating through this layer of greenhouse gases. But when they are these layers are reaching towards the earth surface, here the some amount of energy is being consumed by the greeneries or whatever the available here. These are absorbing that energy. Almost 2% of energy is being absorbed here. Then remaining 20% of energy, sorry, 98% of energy has to be reflected back to the space. It has to be reflected back to the space, but it is not reflecting. What happening? This layer of greenhouse gases, because it is striked here and reduced to it's a 2% of energy, and that's why it is converting into far ray radiations, and it is not being able to penetrate again back through the layer of greenhouse gases present into the atmosphere. And that's why instead of moving in this direction, it will keep on moving back towards the earth surface, and this keeps on happening like this way for a longer period. And because of that, these radiations are remaining here itself or in the region of troposphere or the tropopause. And what happens because of that? The temperature of earth surface is increasing, and that phenomena is known as the global warming. I told you all these terms are different, but these are interrelated with each other. This is a global warming. Okay, and these, because of that, temperature is increasing over here because of the greenhouse effect, and that entire phenomena is known as the greenhouse effect. What is the ill effect of greenhouse effect? Is the increasing the temperature on earth surface, and also increasing the amount of pollutants. Okay, so we'll see, as biogas is a renewable as well as clean source of energy. Gas generated through biodigestion is non-polluting. It actually reduces greenhouse emissions, and no combustion takes place. If you are not controlling the solid waste management and you are allowing to decompose naturally, what happens? The biomass is not waiting whether you are providing the controlled system for the decomposition or not. It is a biomass. if you are not providing the controlled system, it will start decomposing naturally in an open air also, is it? And during decomposition, it is also factor. There is also factor during decomposition. It will emit the methane, carbon dioxide, or H2S gases. Then this methane and carbon dioxide. Okay, sorry guys, there was interruption. Uh, so I was talking about the if you are not providing the controlled burning, controlled decomposition process, these are going to be emit into the atmosphere, and because of that emission, these are being